everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report in Los Angeles, and I'm so happy to welcome Bryson Battle from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Bryson, how are
Oh
you
my,
doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me. I feel so honored.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. I have to start off speaking about your powerful battle performance of Made for Me that you did with Ari Camille for Team Legend. So, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. It was so wonderful. It was honestly getting able to do it with Ari was a dream come true, and I just had such a great time.
Well, John remarked on your raw talent, charisma, your confidence, such high praise. But Bryson, what was going through your mind as he decided the winner of the battle?
Uh, when he decided that I was the winner, I don't know if you could tell, but he said it like really fast, and I was like, "Oh, okay." He like didn't even like have a pause. It was like the winner of the battle is Bryson, and I was just like, "Oh, wow, that's." He just knew off of just really, really quickly, and I felt so honored. I felt so proud just because I know how hard we worked in our rehearsals on that song. And I remember all of the individual notes I got from both him and Coco Jones. And I was just really hoping to make everyone proud. And so for him to have such an initial response, I just felt really good about the work that I did.
What was it like for you to hear right after that that both Kelsey and Adam swooped in to try to steal Ari?
I was so excited. I was so excited because truly Ari is one of the most talented, kind, humble humans that I had the pleasure of not only getting to meet, but also work with. And I also kind of knew in the back of my mind, I was like, you're not going home. They're not getting rid of both of us. This no, there's no way that one of us is going home. So when that happened, I was just like, so excited. And I was just so grateful because that meant that we had more time to spend together.
Yeah, I think she'll do well on Team Adam. And
Yes.
speaking of Adam and the other coaches, let's flash back to your blind audition of A Song for You, where John and Michael turned right away, followed very quickly by Kelsey and Adam, who said you were extraordinary, amazing, and unbelievable. So, after all of that incredible praise, how difficult was it for you to make your choice, and what factors went into your decision to choose John as your coach?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think one, just the I came into my blind audition just hoping and praying for one person to turn their chair. And to have gotten the response that I did, where all four chairs turned, and specifically John and Michael, I think just their initial like, oh, I love this voice, and like the turn was just so affirming. But I was also like trying to stay focused on like finishing the song, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can get four chairs, because I was only like maybe a quarter of the way through my song. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a little more energy effort into just a little more umph into the song. And then for Kelsey and Adam to turn, I was like, oh wow, this it was kind of like I just felt really elated. And I knew that I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to make a decision. And going into it knowing what I respond best to in like a learning environment, I felt like John was like my top choice for so long, just because I feel like in terms of technicality and overall musicality, I feel like he just has such a profound gift in being able to emote like through his voice. And that's something that I want to learn so bad and learn from. And he was always at the top of my list. And Adam was also really, really close to the top of my list. It was between John and Adam, if I'm being completely honest. And after I sang and getting the feedback from both of them, I was also just like really, really like perplexed because I was like, Adam is making several really, really good points in terms of what I would need in order to do well on this show. But I listened to my heart and I chose John, and I don't regret my decision whatsoever.
What a great story. Thank you for that insight. But tell me more about your musical background and also some of your influences.
Yeah, my musical background really stems from R&B and soul music because that's just what I grew up listening to. But once I hit around middle school, I started watching Glee. And if you've seen Glee, there's a ton of musical theater with like dispersed throughout the show. And I just remember being completely enthralled in the music and just its overall ability of like storytelling. And so from like middle school to high school, I like did kind of a deep dive into musical theater and decided that was what I wanted to potentially pursue in college. And with my understanding and my pre-existing knowledge of like soul and R&B and pop music just from growing up, I would say some of my biggest influences growing up were Whitney Houston, Beyonce, and Ariana Grande. Those were like my people that I listened to religiously and really used as like a vocal model. And more so in like the I would say more so in the last 10 years, Cynthia Erivo has also been a really, really huge vocal model for me. And just an overall performance, that's just really what I try to emulate.
I cannot wait to see what is next for you, Bryson, as you continue your voice journey. And I want to wrap up by raising a glass to you
Oh
and
my
your
goodness.
continued success on The Voice.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll clink, we'll toast.
Cheers.
Cheers.